Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're diving into web development, you've probably heard the words React, Vue, and Angular thrown around a lot. It can sound like a totally different language, right? What are these things? Why does everyone seem to be using them? And most importantly, which one should you learn? Well, stick around, because today we demystifying the big three modern JavaScript frameworks and helping you figure out which one might be the perfect fit for you and your next project. So let's start with the basics. What even is a JavaScript framework? Imagine you're building a house. You could go out, chop down trees, mill the lumber, forge your own nails, and build everything from absolute scratch. That's kind of like building a modern website with just plain or vanilla JavaScript. It's totally possible, but it's a massive amount of work, and you'd be resolving problems that thousands of builders have already solved. Now, imagine someone gives you a toolkit. This toolkit has pre-cut lumber, high-quality power tools, blueprints for common structures, and a set of rules for how to put them all together safely and efficiently. That's a framework. In web development, a framework like React, Vue, or Angular gives you a structure, a set of tools, and best practices to build complex, interactive user interfaces much faster and more reliably than you could from scratch. They help you manage the state of your application, what data is being shown, what the user is doing, and keep the user interface in sync with that data automatically. This is a game changer for building single-page applications, or SPAs, where the content updates dynamically without needing to reload the entire page. Alright, let's meet our first contender, React. It's important to note that technically, React is a library, not a full-blown framework. This is a key distinction. It was created and is maintained by Meta, formerly Facebook, and it powers huge sites like Facebook, Instagram, and Netflix. React's core philosophy is all about building user interfaces out of reusable pieces called components. Think of a web page as being built from Lego bricks. Your navigation bar is a component, a button is a component, a user profile card is a component. You build these little, self-contained pieces and then compose them together to create your entire application. The biggest selling point for React is its flexibility, because it's a library focused only on the UI. The view layer, it doesn't make a lot of decisions for you. How you handle routing or how you manage your application's global state is up to you. You get to pick and choose other libraries to build your own framework around React. This is great for experienced developers who want full control. React uses something called JSX, which lets you write HTML-like code directly inside your JavaScript. It might look a little weird at first, but it becomes incredibly powerful, letting you keep your logic and your view in the same place. The job market for React developers is huge, making it a very safe and valuable skill to learn. The downside, that same flexibility can lead to decision fatigue. Newcomers might feel overwhelmed by the need to choose and configure so many different tools to get a full application running. Next up, let's talk about Vue. Vue was created by a former Google engineer, Evan You, who wanted to take the best parts of other frameworks and combine them into something more approachable, and he succeeded. Vue is often described as the progressive framework. You can use it as a simple drop-in script to add a little bit of interactivity to an existing page, much like jQuery, or you can use its full suite of tools to build a massive, complex single-page application. Vue's learning curve is widely considered to be the gentlest of the three. Its documentation is fantastic, and its core concepts are easier to grasp for beginners. It uses a template syntax that feels very much like regular HTML, which is comfortable for developers coming from a more traditional web background. But don't let its simplicity fool you. Vue is incredibly powerful and performant. It cleverly separates concerns with single-file components, where your HTML template, your JavaScript logic, and your CSS styles for that component all live together in one file, which is super organized. While its ecosystem isn't as gigantic as React's, it's very robust and well curated. The core team maintains official libraries for routing and state management, which means you spend less time making decisions and more time building it. Vue is used by companies like Alibaba, GitLab, and Nintendo. If you're a solo developer or part of a small team that wants to get up and running quickly without a steep learning curve, Vue is an absolutely fantastic choice. Finally, we have Angular. Developed and maintained by Google, Angular is the oldest and most opinionated of the three. It's not just a library. It's a complete platform, a full-blown framework that provides everything you need to build large-scale enterprise applications right out of the box. It comes with a powerful command line interface, built-in solutions for routing, state management, and even making HTTP requests to a server. Angular is built using TypeScript, a superset of JavaScript that adds static typing. This is a huge advantage for large projects and big teams. Types help you catch errors during development, not in production, and they make your code much easier to read, refactor, and maintain. Because Angular is so opinionated, it enforces a specific structure and way of doing things. This means that once you learn the Angular way, you can jump onto any Angular project and feel right at home. The code is consistent, predictable, and scalable. This structure comes with a cost, though Angular has the steepest learning curve of the three. There are a lot of concepts to learn upfront, like modules, dependency, injection, and services. It can feel like a lot of boilerplate for a small project. But for huge, complex applications that will be maintained by large teams for many years, this rigid structure is a blessing. It's heavily used in the corporate world, especially in banking and finance, so Angular skills are definitely in high demand for enterprise-level jobs. So, the million-dollar question: which one should you choose? There's no single right answer, but here's a simple breakdown to help you decide. Choose React if you want maximum flexibility and the largest job market. If you enjoy piecing together your own set of tools and don't mind a bit of configuration, and you want a skill that's in incredibly high demand, React is a solid bet. It's perfect for projects of all sizes, from startups to giant corporations. Choose Vue if you value developer experience and a gentle learning curve. If you want to be productive as quickly as possible and appreciate a framework that is both powerful and easy to use, Vue is your best friend. It's ideal for solo developers, small to medium-sized teams, and for rapidly prototyping ideas. And choose Angular if you're building a massive enterprise-scale application and value stability, consistency, and long-term maintainability. If you're working in a large team and need a robust, all-inclusive solution where everyone is on the same page, Angular's structured approach is invaluable. Ultimately, the best way to know is to try them out. Build a simple to-do list app in each one. See which one's syntax clicks with you. See which one's philosophy matches the way you like to think and build. The good news is that the core concepts components, state props are transferable. Learning one will make it much easier to learn another. So don't get paralyzed by the choice. Pick one that seems interesting, dive in, and start building. That's the most important step. What do you think? Are you on Team React, Team Vue, or Team Angular? Let me know your experiences and preferences in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on web development and coding. See you in the next one.